Hi, I'm Sean Coppins with Great Lakes Bankruptcy Center. We have office locations available in Warren, Michigan and Southfield, Michigan, serving residents of Macomb, Oakland, Wayne counties, and all of southeastern Michigan. Today we're going to be talking about the bankruptcy means test. I think a lot of people have heard about the means test or have done a little bit of preliminary research online before contacting our office, and they've heard of the means test. However, I don't really think that most people have a complete understanding as to what that means. Under the means test, what we're doing is we're comparing your actual household income versus the median income for a household of your size. We're also looking at the disposable income that your household has based on the types of expenses that you incur on a monthly basis. There's actually two tiers to the means test formula. The first tier of the formula is where we actually compare your household income versus the median household income for a household of your size. Back in 2005, when we were contemplating the change in bankruptcy law, we feared that they would use the means test to prevent people from filing bankruptcy by keeping the median household income figures egregiously low, thereby eliminating people's ability to file under the bankruptcy. In practice, however, we've seen that this has not been the case, that the values of the median household income accurately reflect or are artificially inflated at times to act as our comparison versus your actual monthly income. The idea behind the means test is to determine whether or not there's surplus income available at the end of the month. Under the means test, if you have income higher than the median family income, there's an initial presumption that arises that you should have some form of surplus income to pay your monthly expenses, your unsecured debts at the end of the month. Maybe not everything that you owe, but at least a small portion of that debt. However, that's not the end of the inquiry. Even if your income is above the median household income level, we can still look to see if your household actually has disposable income. There are a number of factors that will vary from household to household that we get to back out of your gross income to defeat the initial presumption that arises if you are above the median household income. Those variable types of expenses are healthcare costs. Obviously, not everybody has the same costs of healthcare. People with long-term chronic medical illnesses or even acute medical illnesses that they're facing will have much higher health care costs than the average household. The other is for mortgage and rent expenses. We get to deduct out your actual mortgage and rent expenses that you're paying, so long as they're reasonable in the bankruptcy code, and account for that as part of the means test. We also include transportation based on the number of vehicles that you're paying for the operation and maintenance costs of. We also deduct out things like taxes and mandatory payroll deductions, which would include any mandatory 401k deduction, uniform expenses, or other regular deductions from your payroll. Also, life insurance deductions. Life insurance is a reasonable and necessary expense for your household, and we get to deduct that out of your gross income when we're talking about the means test. The other things that we can deduct are the cost of child care and any court order payments that you have, such as child support, alimony, or any other payments that are required under court order. Deducting these out, we can often qualify you for a Chapter 7 bankruptcy, even though there's an initial presumption that it would be abusive of the process where you're above the median household income. If we can't qualify you for a Chapter 7, we can also do a Chapter 13 bankruptcy, pursuant to which you would pay a portion of the debts that you owe over 3 to 5 years. We'll be doing another video segment on Chapter 7 versus Chapter 13 bankruptcies and what that means. Again, I'm Sean Coppins with Great Lakes Bankruptcy Center. You can contact our offices by calling either 586-751-0700 or 248-508-3290. We look forward to hearing from you.